Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, February 26th, 2025. So, on this midweek day, did you do the crossword?
I did.
And did you find it to be a worthy Wednesday crossword?
I did.
Good. Did you find it?
It took me a while, but I got it done.
I found it to be quite challenging.
Yes. It took me like maybe twice as long as it usually takes me to do a Wednesday.
I was deeply concerned at some point that I wasn't going to be able to do it at all.
Me too.
Because I couldn't get any traction anywhere.
Right.
And I was digging, and I started thinking, I wonder if there's some sort of a gimmick going on here.
Mm-hmm. And there was.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of sort of obscure facts. And there was a fair amount of pop culture, as you call it.
Yes,
So.
and foods. There were also foreign foods,
Yes.
at least foreign to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even one across. Blank ever. Elvis song in GI Blues. I'm like, oh, great. It was Didja.
Didja. Mm-hmm.
Did you know Didja?
No.
So I can't ask you to hum a few bars.
No, I've never heard it.
Okay. But that was a problem. 13 across, the eggplant is a commonly used one. The answer was emoji.
Right.
And I thought, I don't know. I can think of all sorts of places where you could use an eggplant. mainly in recipes, but... So, I started getting problems there. And then 16 across, D to F, E-G in music. I'm like, oh, great. That was minor third.
Yes.
And at one point, I'd figured out the third part, and I was trying to figure out if it was a minor third or a major third.
Mm-hmm.
I went eventually for minor.
Right.
And then found major at 11 down. Rank achieved by Jay Gatsby in The Great Gatsby. Major.
Major, yes.
But that, too, it's like, who?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a book called The Great Gatsby, but I don't know the fine details like anything other than the title.
Right. So yeah, there were a lot of just little things in there that I was like, I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see, 40 across, Donkey Kong Country Council.
Console.
Short.
Mm-hmm.
It's SNES.
Right.
So, do you know what that stands for?
I'm thinking NES is the name of a console that let's see who put out that console. I do not recall, but it was. I figured the S must stand for Super.
Oh.
Now we're going to have a whole bunch of gamers write us, which would be splendid to tell us what it really stands for. But that's my guess.
But yeah, like I had no idea on that one. So.
But there were crosses that weren't too bad, like 26 down Kitten Cries was Muse.
Yes.
It gave you the S.
Yes, that was good. That's kind of where I started to actually fill in the puzzle. So.
I think I started to fill it in about the bottom right corner.
Oh.
Actually, even there, 53 across, it may be induced. And I'm like, labor. It has to be labor, but it was only 4 letters and it was coma.
Yes.
Did you get that one right away?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not. There were very few that I got right away.
60 down, one who looks at slides, which is brilliant.
Yeah, that was a great clue.
But the more that I look at this, the more that I think this is a Thursday or Friday crossword that, because of a wind gust in Will's office, accidentally ended up in his Wednesday stack.
That could very well be. One that I did know was 21 across, city that was home for the Wright brothers, and that was Dayton,
yes.
Ohio.
It's a good thing I knew Dayton, because that was about the only thing I knew there. I certainly didn't know the one beneath it. Award 25 across, frequent flyer for a po' boy, oysters.
Right, yes. I didn't know that.
Not sure what a po' boy is.
Well, it's a kind of sandwich, I believe.
Is it? Perhaps the same people who are going to be writing us about SNESs can enlighten us as to the nature of po' boys.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that. It just doesn't seem like that's how you would pronounce it.
No, I think that's right.
Really? Mm-hmm. It isn't a restaurant chain, is it?
Po' boys?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Okay. 18 across, certain trekker was Haji.
Yes.
I'm like, I was going for Kirk.
Yeah, I was thinking, I thought maybe Sulu, but then trekker wasn't capitalized.
Exactly.
So I thought, well, it probably didn't have anything to do with Star Trek. But.
And we did have 6 across stepped on was trod. So we had Trek, a reference to Trek, and a reference to trod. Mm-hmm. Too bad we didn't have a reference to Tron. 46 across, that was, let's see if I can get this to light up here. Exotic pet store offering was iguanas.
That is correct.
I had it ending in AS, and we just had a clue about the green anaconda. So I wanted it to be anaconda.
Yes, I was thinking of a snake, but no, it was a lizard.
I mean, rare exotic pet store offering could be anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So just lots of tricky clues. 51 across. Stunt performer on Jackass, Steve O.
Right.
Have you ever seen Jackass?
No.
Okay. That makes 2 of us. Mm-hmm. I didn't know 47 down, the Dean actor Isaac. Oscar?
Yeah, I did know that one.
Well, see, I was impeded because 57 across, Field of Jean-Luc Godard, or Godard, I guess. Goddard? See, I think of Goddard as...
Goddard Space Center.
Exactly. So I
Maybe
wanted...
it is Godard.
So I wanted it to be NASA, but none of the letters fit.
No.
And then I had it ending in INE, so I thought, oh, wine. He must be like a wine connoisseur. And so I was trying to go for Oswar for 47 down, the Dean actor Isaac. Mm-hmm. And eventually, that's where I ended up, in fact, because I'm like, I didn't know about wine, and Oswar looked sort of suspicious, and it turned out to be C. The field, his field was Cine.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or however that's pronounced.
Which gave you Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
And, he was in Star Wars, the latest series of Star Wars.
Really?
He was sort of the hero.
Oh.
It was him and that one guy who had been a stormtrooper, and then he
switched sides,
and he thought the other guy had died, mm-hmm. and then that was Oscar Isaac.
Okay. 26 across was closer to a gimme than anything else around here. Area of frenetic dancing was mosh pit.
That's correct, yes.
And all of this pales in insignificance to the theme.
Well, the theme was something else, that's for sure.
And I didn't quite, I certainly didn't grok the theme when it was happening. I'm just like, this looks so weird.
Yes,
so
I thought the same thing.
Why don't you dive into the theme?
Okay. Well, there were 4 themed clues, and they ran vertically in the puzzle. And each one of them had a common characteristic, and that was part of the answer. These were multiple word answers, was the word long. But you didn't write the word long in, but whatever the long was modifying, you double lettered it. So the first one was 4 down, and that was inspiration for a seafood chain. And the answer to that was Long John Silver.
Yo-ho.
Yo-ho. And so long was modifying John. So instead of writing John, you wrote JJOOHHNN in the boxes.
Yeah, taking up 8 squares.
Taking up 8 squares instead of just 4. And you didn't put long in at all. You just put a Long John that had been elongated by doubling the letters. So you had John Silver.
That was well said.
And, of course, the first J went along with one across the did ya ever. And the second J went with the emoji, the eggplant emoji. So there were the 2 J's. And the second letter was O, and that went with the minor third, the O in minor. And then 19 down was cleverly understanding on 2.
Right.
So it made sense as you went across. But as you looked at it going down, it's like, well, that looks weird.
JJOO, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, once I figured out what was going on, it did bring the puzzle to a quicker conclusion than I thought it was going to. But anyway, so that was the theme. The second one was it's been ages. That was the theme, 17 down. And that was a long time no see. And so you started with TTIIMMEE and then no see.
Yes.
To finish out the answer. And then we also had Daddy Long Legs. That was 9 down, which was Creepy Crawler. And then finally, 15 down, what a stereotypical bartender asks after a horse walks into a bar. And that was Why the Long Face.
Right.
So.
And that one, I had to sort of work just to figure out what the answer was.
Yeah, I didn't know what the reference was to that joke. So.
I guess I remember hearing that. I have a vague recollection of. I don't know what the answer is, though. The trouble is, it says, why the long face? Or maybe that's the whole joke right there, because it is a horse.
Yes,
so,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Didn't think they let that into bars, but... So, yes, that was ingenious, but it certainly made it difficult. And when you had several letters stacked on top of one another, something that threw me off, 37... No, let me try this one more time. I'm using X-Word Info, and... because of these extra letters, I think it's slightly messed up. There we go. 39 across, numismatic finding. So it was, numismatic rating. And it was 4 letters long. And I went for mint because that sounded good. Something was in mint condition. I stuck with mint far too long because the I and the N were correct. But the T didn't work with 35 down.
R for cheers and a coffee shop for...
And the answer to that was sets.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And
so you had an E at the end from sets.
Right, but originally I had a T from mint.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then it was ruining the why the long face because I had MF. And I'm like, what? And then I finally took a hard look at mint and thought, oh, wait, there's fine. Mm-hmm. So I guess I need to start collecting stamps or something like that. So yes, this was an amazing crossword. There were a few others. Let's see. I like 3 down. Blank ask. I said I thought it was going to be just ask, but it was don't ask.
Don't ask.
So that slowed me down over there.
Mm-hmm.
And 23 across I thought was quite nice. 23 across was bun contents. And we just had 15 across, which was, sandwich in a soft tortilla, a wrap. So I was thinking about foods, and that's what the author was hoping I'd be thinking about.
Yep.
But the bun contents were, in fact, hair.
Yes.
That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that ran into 6 down. Ammo for a modern-day cannon T-shirt.
Right. Yeah, that was cute.
It's no wonder. I mean, even without the theme, it probably would have taken me twice as long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you don't go to baseball games where they actually shoot those into the crowd. So, yes, the old T-shirt cannon.
I'm sure that must be memorable.
Oh, yeah. I've never caught one.
Well, there's always next time, I guess. Yeah. 61 across. I got the answer, but I don't know if I've got the right view of that answer. 61 across was powerful server, and it's acer. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to decide, is that acer because it's like a tennis player is acing the serves, or do they mean the computer company Acer? Oh. Because Acer makes servers. Oh. So now I don't know which powerful server, Serena Williams or the computer company.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know about the computer company. I just assumed it was, a real tennis pro.
Well, they've had Acer quite a few times relating to computers. Most of the time, it is computers.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So, let's see. I think that is probably it for today.
Oh, okay.
A splendid crossword.
Yeah, fun solve.
I say 5 squares on the Jam CR scale.
I agree.
And just a few statistics. The author was Dan Caprera, and this was their 7th crossword. Can't wait till their 8th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nicely done.
Yes. That is it for today then. So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for helping make this be one of the most popular podcasts about the New York Times crossword to come out of Northeast Wisconsin. And we will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of Thursday's crossword. Watch out for rebuses. They're everywhere. We will be back with that tomorrow.
Bye-bye.